Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge interior wall sconces. This is going to be the banded with bars using these types of glass. There's also another version of this that just uses a white type of glass, but this is going to be using a smaller opal diffuser, which is our white glass, with this seeded clear. Seeded means it's got a bunch of air bubbles in it. It's very cool. I don't know if you can see lots of the little air bubbles reflecting the light. Anyway, so this is going to be the version of that. So a couple things. So there's also an exterior version of this. You should check out those as well, as far as the banded with bar. And right now we're talking about the 2058-94. There's also a banded without the linear bar. That's a 2058-14. Check that one out too. But getting back to my story, check out the exterior versions because the lamping is slightly different. And if you need a lot of light out of these, I think you might get more light out of the exterior one. Finishes are just a little different. It's a little different mechanics. This is the glass off the exterior one, so it's a covered top. But they're basically the same idea. But like I said, the exterior one, you might get a little more light out of it if that is what your need is. So, circling back, let's talk about this guy, the 2058-94. So let's talk about the size of the fixture first. It is 12 inches overall height, and then 5 inches wide. Projection from the wall out is going to be 4.2 inches. The back plate is basically the same size. That's the largest part of the fixture. That's 5 by 12. The mounting height on this is going to be 6 inches, so it's generally right in the middle of the fixture. A great way for you to see how this is going to go on your wall is, if you're on our page for this on our site, look over on the right hand side of your screen. Under those pull down menus, scroll down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. Click on that. That is going to show you all the detailed install instructions, same ones that are going to be in the box for this. They have great technical drawings on them, and they show you what the back plate's like and how it goes on your box. So lots of good details. And sometimes you need this to not be centered just because your J box is maybe in kind of the wrong place, and you want to be able to say, can I use this higher or lower? That's going to be a question that some of you guys are going to have. So those install instructions are going to show you lots of those details. I also have really good high-resolution big images of the back of this. So if you guys ever want to see that, just drop a quick email and I can send that over to you. Okay? Just tell me what you're looking for. Very important. Anyway, so moving on. Let's talk about the lamping that I mentioned a minute ago. I'm going to be using a porcelain socket. It's going to be this smaller chandelier size, so it's very easy to get. Like I said, this is actually off the bigger, well, the same fixture outside, so it's using, like I said, a little different lamping. The recommended bulb for this is called a B8. So a B8 is a skinnier version of this bulb, and the whole reason why is because the diffuser is only about 1 inch in diameter, so this would barely make it in there as far as that. Again, this is the outdoor samples I grabbed off our showroom because I don't have this specific 2058-94 here to play around with. But that's kind of where we are as far as the lamping goes. So a B8 bulb is just a skinnier version of this, easy to get. You can get it as an LED without a problem. If you want to stick with incandescent, you have a 40 watt max because of the heat generated by that incandescent bulb. There is no limit as far as what goes into it when you go into LEDs because they don't generate much heat, nor do they pull much current. So it's really up to you. It's just you finding the bulb you like. And there are some other funky bulbs out in the world which will also fit. I can't remember, I think this is a T8 or something like that. So this is an LED. This would actually fit in there too. It's really just a matter of which bulbs can get into the glass at the end of the day when you get into LEDs. So don't be afraid to experiment and look around on the web. It's an easy thing to do. And don't be afraid to email me too and ask me questions about it because when you get into these bulbs, they can be a little tricky. Okay, so moving on from there, why don't we talk about glass on this? Like I said, we're talking about the inner diffuser is going to be an opal. It's a white. You're not going to be able to see through it. It'll let a lot of light through. Outer glass is always going to be the seeded clear, which is really pretty. People really respond to it well. And then let's talk about finishes. So if you're on our website, HandmadeInVermont.com, left-hand side, red tabs, finishes, help, guide. Click on that for me. You're going to see a video at the top of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart farther down. So scroll down, you'll see that chart. chart is going to have all the finishes this comes in. You'll notice there are pictures that have the letter A on them. Some have the letter B on them. I'm going to be talking about that up in that video, so pay attention, use that chart. This fixture, because of the way it is made, is going to be more in line with the pictures with a B on them for boy. You're not going to have a lot of modeling on this just because of the nature of the beast of how it's made. When you're done with all that, go back to that chart. You can click on any of those pictures that you see. So if you click on dark smoke, you'll see a bunch of things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel, click on natural iron, click on black, so on, and you'll get more samples of whatever you guys just clicked on, okay? Our showroom in Vermont has over 350 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page on the left-hand side of your screen, back in those red tabs. Check it out. We're actually adding to that constantly, so there's actually probably more than what you see there. And on top of that, our showroom has a clearance center. So clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's an awesome deal. You have to come here to use it. When you do come here to use it, measure your ceilings. Always measure your ceilings if you're going to be doing anything coming down from the ceiling, because I'm going to want to know about that. And don't guess, just measure. It takes you 2 seconds. So showroom is open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time to help you out. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii, and there are no taxes if we ship out of the state of Vermont. We're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No other dealer can do that, or will do that, for the most part, right? Some bigger items and custom things do not come back. We'll always talk about that well ahead of the time that you're buying these things. And we also, so we talked about clearance center. Oh, we also have a rush program. So Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock anything. Everything's generally made to order. Takes about 3 to 4 weeks. That's how you get all your finishes and glass to play with and those kind of things. We can cut that time in half, and it's going to cut. It's only, you can cut it in half. It's down to about 10 to 14 days, and it's per line item. So let's say you wanted like 2 or 3 of these sconces. And they're all the same. That's one line item. So it's super cheap if you want to do that. Email us at sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and I can tell you more about that, okay? So anything I missed, let me know. Thanks for stopping in today. Take care. Bye-bye.